Chili Bell, and this is A Taste of Chili. My good friend Anti-Man is going to let me run wild with my curiosity.
Hey, it's a pleasure. You haven't been on for a while, so I figured I'd let you run rampant, and you said you had a surprise for me,
Yes,
so
I did.
I'm here for you.
Okay, excellent. I'm all excited. You know, I've known you for a while now. We've
Yes.
danced together
We
and
have.
talked together, and while I was gone for these past few months, I was traveling around the country, and I was in Montana, where I knew you'd been raised. So I stopped into Madison, Montana, and met your mother, Marlene.
You talked to Mom?
I talked to Mom. She's fabulous. She's a fabulous woman.
She's fabulous to everybody else. I do agree, yes. Yeah.
Well, given my nature of curiosity, one of the questions I had for her is I was always struck by how political you are.
It is kind of rare for someone my age.
It is,
Yes.
especially the intensity that you have.
Yes, I was rallying for Reagan in 3rd grade when most kids were
Well,
playing V.
That's what your mom said.
I know.
So I asked her about it, so she started showing me these family photographs.
Oh, no. Mom
So-
took out the pictures.
She did. So I brought them back. I have them here on my computer. And what I'd like
how
to
embarrassing.
do is I'd like to show these photographs. Here's
Well-
the earliest one that I found.
Oh!
It started in the crib.
I haven't seen this one for years. Is that my nanny?
That Consuelo.
Consuelo. You know, my dad couldn't get a high-end state job because of her.
She was illegal.
Well, yeah, and that's why I'm supporting Bush's illegal immigrant policy. But she was great. She was fabulous.
I've never seen a baby in a crib with as much facial hair or pictures of the president.
Well, it's because I was a big fan of Abe Lincoln, so I started the beard young. In fact, I burped the Gettysburg Address when I was 6 months old.
This makes sense.
Yes.
Now, your mom didn't tell me that.
Well, she was a little embarrassed. It wasn't something she was bragging about at church, let's just put it that way.
By the way, she makes great cookies.
That's true.
So then she showed me this next one,
Oh, yes?
which is
Oh!
she had you do a little internship when you were a kid with
Yes.
the Kennedy family.
Yes, it was fabulous. Jackie was great, although I learned a lot about the birds and the bees from Jack. In fact,
I bet you did.
My job was to bring coffee to Marilyn Monroe. And let's just say I walked in on something that just changed my view of man and women's relationships forever.
Well, that explains why there's such a huge gap in the pictures. Because
Yes.
for the next few presidents, there's not a picture of you with anybody.
Well, that plus the Kennedys' mob ties, I accidentally fell in with the mob there, so I had to kind of go out of circulation for a while.
that
thanks
makes
to the
sense.
Kennedys.
Because
Yes.
I'm a very good researcher
Yeah.
on the net. So
Yeah.
I found amazing pictures of you after the ones your mother gave me.
Oh, really?
So this next one,
Oh.
you
Oh!
showed up with George on Air Force One.
George was a very underappreciated president.
You're in a white shirt and a tie.
That was during my Christian right Republican years.
You look like a Christian Republican.
I was dating a Christian fundamentalist. She was very good looking. and
What
I
was her name?
Her name was Venice.
Venice.
Venice, the Christian, and I kind of, I thought I loved Jesus, but I really loved Venice's legs. And it was a very confusing time. But George was a great guy. Dan's a lot smarter than people think he is.
Dan who?
Dan Quayle.
Oh, see, I'm not
Really
that political.
really not as dumb as everybody thought it was. But I do feel bad because I'm the one who told George to do the whole read my lips, no new taxes. I said, people are going to forget about that in 6 months and you'll be able to raise, won't be a problem.
Okay, so you hung with George.
Hung with George,
Now,
good
I've
man.
got one picture from your mother and then one from AP files.
Oh, no.
So this
Can't
is the
trust the
one your
press.
mother gave me, and I'm not sure about this one at all.
Oh, now
This is went back home to tour a factory.
I did. And this was after Clinton won, and as you know, it was a dirty campaign.
Yeah.
A lot of things went wrong, and Bush told me to go down there and start the healing process, and I didn't realize, I thought he meant hug.
Hug process.
Hug process, and apparently healing process just means exchanging money.
Okay.
Nobody told me this.
But see, the next picture I found here, you're talking money. I think there was more.
Can I say something about this?
Absolutely.
Because Clinton has a history of groping women in positions like this.
Exactly.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it's not just with women.
Well,
Yes.
not only that,
Oh, dear.
the next picture I found
Oh,
makes
boy.
me think that you and he carried on a relationship and possibly you were procuring people
I
for
don't know
him.
what the hell you're talking about. Oh! Where did you find that? Well, Monica and I met
I wondered.
while I was on a hippie commune
Your
trying
mother
to
doesn't
find
know
myself.
about this. She never mentioned
No,
Monica.
she's a lovely girl.
Monica
Yeah,
is?
a lovely girl. A little plump for Bill. Bill likes some plump. I
Yeah.
don't, and nothing against her. We tried to have a relationship. It didn't work. And I was really just
Wait,
introducing...
you and Bill or you and Monica?
Me and Monica.
Oh, sorry. Okay,
Yeah, and it
got
didn't work. And I just, you know, she seemed like a kind of Bill kind of guy. And honestly, too, I'm also part of the vast right-wing conspiracy. And I was setting him up to fail. And did I do a good job?
You certainly did.
I did.
So this wasn't the end of your career.
No.
You've actually
No.
See, what I'm shocked about is how anti-George W. you've been on the show.
What?
But
Huh?
little did we know,
Yes.
you actually did a stint
I
in
did.
the Army with George.
The whole Iraq thing was my idea. He was a isolationist, Pat Buchananist, and I said, George, gotta be a man. Let's take him out.
What's in the red circle is what I want to know.
Those look like little binoculars right there.
How is he looking through them?
Well, you know, George is dyslexic. This is why me and George get along. You want to know how me and George actually met?
Yeah.
It was through a dyslexics counseling meeting. We actually get together because because us brilliant men who are dyslexic and look stupid on the air, it gives us a lot of pain. And George was my sponsor. You know, and you know he has some difficulties like this, but George is actually a very bright man. A little bit on the religious side for me at this point in time, but I understand.
Even though you were dating Venus? What
Even
was
though
her
I was
name?
dating Venice the hot Christian, yes. But no, George and I, we get along very well, and we have some philosophical differences, but we also agree on a lot of things, like, you know, go to war, baby.
Well, how long were you in the military?
Well, you see, that was the problem. I'm technically Secret Service and also CIA, and so I've never really left the military. I'm kind of one of those sleeper agents. It's just really nice because I can sit at home in my dirty room and watch cartoons and do an assassination occasionally and then come back home. It's good hours, good pay.
Well, also, as a result of this photograph,
Yes.
what I found out, I don't have a picture of you actually working and doing this,
Yes.
but you also moonlight as a Hitler lookalike on the weekends.
Well, I do. You'd be surprised how many people want Hitler at their birthday parties nowadays. It's a little dirty secret, I can tell you.
It must pay well.
Well, you know, Princess Harry tried to do it too, and look how well that worked for him. And I let him borrow my uniform, you know, and we saw that was a big problem. It takes a certain person to imitate Hitler, and I wouldn't recommend most people, especially royals, to do it.
Well, I tell you what I like. I like that your mom was so welcoming. She's fabulous, and
Yes.
she gave me the recipe for your favorite cookies.
That's right. Well, you know, she made great brownies in the 60s too. She probably didn't tell you about that.
No, she didn't. She
No.
really came across as very straight-laced, narrow.
I have pictures.
So thank you for letting
Hey.
me do this. I'm going to get more curious about other people.
You should, and find out. There's a whole bunch of stuff about Greg we can find out about.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait.
I have pictures.
You do?
Yes. This will be
Well,
great.
I really appreciate you doing
Well,
this with
thank
me.
you.
Thank you.
I hope the people understand me a little better.
I do. I
All right.
certainly do. Thank
Okay.
you. Goodbye, guys. This is A Taste with Chili.